Congratulations. Our next honoree, although he's not here or with us, is Sid Tuchman. Sid's parents came to America from a large city in eastern Poland. Sid was born on July 28, 1924, passed away July 7, 2017. The brash young man, the perennial master of ceremonies of the famed Purim balls. We remember him as a source of countless chuckles in Circle Players and the Kirschbaum Players stage productions. Sid was president of Tuchman Cleaners, Inc., an organization consisting of 32 dry cleaning units, suede, leather, fur cleaning division, a uniform rental division, and a commercial drapery, carpet, and furniture division. He covered them all. Sid served as president of the Indianapolis Hebrew Congregation and a vice president of both the Better Business Bureau and the Jewish Federation of Indianapolis, along with the boards of the YMCA, Girl Scouts of America, and the Salvation Army, to name a few. Sid set up training programs to aid our Federation solicitations. He served on the Federation Public Relations Committees. He was very active on the Federation Young Leadership Council and served on their steering committee. He was also a member of the Jewish Community Relations Council Board. Throughout their lives together, Sid and Charlene engaged in philanthropic endeavors and were active in their Indianapolis and San Francisco communities, volunteering and contributing to causes meaningful to them. I now call upon Charlene, Sid's wife, to give response.
Good afternoon, everybody. And hello to the Zoom people out there that I see off and on. Some of what you said about Sid, I was going to say, I hope I don't repeat it. Thank you to the Indiana Historical Society for honoring our Sid today. I have a bit of history I want to share with you about him. Sid's parents, it was about 1912, Sid's parents, Pearl and Sam Tuchman, escaped oppression in Lublin, Poland, to seek a better life in America. Sid, the youngest of 5 children, was born in 1924, as you said. His father, a master tailor, had enabled his family to thrive quite well. Then in 1929, when Sid was 6 years old, the Great Depression hit. Life turned into chaos, and the family struggled in a severe financial times. But obviously, they persevered and survived. About 10 years later, Sid was 16 years old and was in high school. He graduated early in order to help his darling sister Rose run the family business. His brothers Fred and Joe had been drafted into World War II. Sid was drafted 2 years later. Sid loved our country. He wanted it to stay safe. With luck and persistence, he was assigned to the Signal Corps in World War II. He became a top cryptographer, decoding security and enemy messages, and worked the night shift so that he could go to school during the day. The war ended in 1945, and Sid took off to pursue his dream to become an actor in Hollywood. That never panned out, and his family wanted him to come home to Indiana. Fred asked him to partner up and grow the family business, hence Tuchman Cleaners came to be. In 1954, Sid accepted an honor from my sister Selma to have a blind date with me. At first impressions, Sid had something very special about him. 4 months later, we were married. Our happy home was filled with our 3 children, Mitch, Ellen, and Kathy, I felt we had a storybook life of 62 years. Sid, the person, was filled with gratitude for being born an American, Jewish, and free. He was savvy, kind-hearted, and loving, a real mensch. He used his time, energy, and skills, money for positive causes. He sat on numerous community boards, which were mentioned here by Sheila, and implemented creative for other agendas. His heart was with 5 special Jewish causes: the Jewish Federation, which you mentioned. He committed himself to do what he could do for Israel since the 6-Day War, the Yom Kippur War, and the Holocaust saddened and terrified him, as it did for so many others too. The Jewish community needed to be upgraded. He was instrumental in collecting funds to the project of updating the Jewish community, which we're sitting in here today, the Jewish centers. He was elected, as you said, to the Hebrew Jewish, the Indianapolis Hebrew Congregation in 1976 and served the role faithfully, loving every minute of time that he had to do it with. And to mention the Indiana Jewish Studies program, Sid was honored to sit on the board. One year, they hired a professor to bring Yiddish alive, again, which was his cup of tea. Sid was really good at telling jokes, and especially shined when he used his parents' Yiddish accent. If Sid were here today to accept this wonderful honor, I know he would have a tear or two of his could be running down his cheeks, the tears I'm talking about. So again, I want to thank you on behalf of Sid and our family for this wonderful honor that you have bestowed upon him.
Charlene, that was lovely. And I had the pleasure of knowing Sid and working with him on some projects. So it gives me great pleasure to give you this award and making Sid an Indiana Jewish legend.
Thank you. He would love this. Okay.